Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Tiffany Xia, and today I'm just gonna talk a little bit about my story. It's nothing like it's nothing like huge or significant, but I realized that sharing my story may help somebody else in realizing, I guess, realizing something about themselves and maybe doing something different with their life as well. So I hope that my story inspires you. And a lot of people do like, let's sip and talk or sip and chit chat, but you know what made well, I didn't make it. My husband made um egg drop soup, and we are going to chat, and I'm going to share my story. We're going to drink this wonderful soup. And yeah, and we're just going to have a great time. And with that, let's just go ahead and get started. So, I was actually born and raised in Georgia, and I haven't lived anywhere else my entire life. So definitely just a Georgia girl. And when people find this out, they are very shocked because they're like, "Oh my gosh, like you don't have like an accent, like a southern accent." And they're like, "Yeah, like okay, so like we're gonna." I just lost my train of thought because my friend just messaged me. Um, but yeah, and then I was also born on the same day as my mom, so my mom and I share the same birthday. And majority of the time, now that I'm older, I always ask what she wants to do, and I do whatever she wants to do on that day. And so I get to spend the day with her the entire day, and just we do whatever, like shopping, go on trips, go out to eat, whatever that may be. So that day is definitely for her because I know that she sacrificed so much, and ever since I was born, all the birthdays have been on me. And so I do have I it doesn't mean that I don't celebrate my birthday. I do, but I do it on other days. But on that day, I actually spend it with my mom. So that way it keeps it special. And so yeah, born and raised in Georgia, and I was actually raised in the restaurant. So both my parents were restaurateurs, and they had a Chinese buffet out in like pretty much in the middle of nowhere. It was a very small town where everybody knew everybody. And then around, I think, like second grade, I moved further up north, closer to Atlanta, and that's where my family is still now today, has stayed. So it's like 20 plus years now. But yeah, they sold their restaurant, and then we moved up further north, and they started another restaurant. So yeah, I pretty much grew up in a restaurant, and I know that growing up, my parents always asked me like, "Hey, are you gonna take over the restaurant?" And I was like, "Heck no," because I was there all the time, every time. So I definitely did not want to do that. So I actually got into university, and I studied. So before I got into university, my passion was to be a fashion stylist. But I knew that being in fashion was a very tough industry, so I wanted to have a degree in something that could be related to the fashion industry, if I was still passionate about it after my 4 years in college. So I did marketing, that was my bachelor's degree, and I also started to think about how can I help other people. So I actually minored in nonprofit leadership, and had like, I feel like nonprofit internships like every year. So I know I had at least like four internships by the time I got out of the university. But around the time, that's when the economy kind of plummeted, and all the marketing jobs were basically like sales call jobs. So I know I didn't want to do that, and so I decided to stay in school for another year and research another to get another degree, and to make sure that when I get out of college, I would have like some type of like stable job and something that I would kind of enjoy. So let me take a sip of this. Mm. hot soup. Always does it. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, so I got into accounting. So when I graduated, I had a marketing and accounting bachelor's degree as well as a nonprofit leadership certification. And then after that, I decided to move back in with my parents until I got a more steady job. So I got about 3 jobs, and then one of my jobs became a full-time job. So then I quit one of the jobs so that way I had 2 jobs. So I was working full-time with a government contracting company, and then I was also working part-time on the weekends as a server. So at first it was really good money, and I was really young, so I was really enjoying it. But then I found out, like, after a year or so, that I was getting tired of it. I was getting tired of doing that. Basically, it was not my passion to be in the government position and working with the government. um, I loved the people that I worked with, but I really felt like I was overwhelmed, overworked, underappreciated. But I am very thankful for the opportunity because that was my actual, like, first time, like, legit job. And so I'm very thankful for that, and thankful for everything that I learned at that job. I'm really grateful for the opportunity. So around that time when I was feeling really miserable and I didn't know how to get out of that current situation is when I met one of my college friends and we reconnected. And that's when she started telling me about, well, that's when she introduced me to an online business. And so I took a look into it, and I quickly realized that it was something that was very different and something that I'd never seen before, because I've been, at the time, I was looking for something and I just didn't know what it would be. And I looked into a lot of different opportunities, and, majority of them wasn't for me because I felt like I'm the type of person that doesn't really like to sell, and I'm not the type of person like to push things on people, because for me, if someone says no, I'm not gonna like keep persisting and keep on to them about it. So it's just not my personality. I don't personally like that. Um, so yeah, but looking into this online business, like, I definitely saw something different in it that wasn't like that. And so I started that online business with my friend, and then a few years later, I quit my job because, again, I just didn't feel like, I don't know, there's just a lot of things that really pushed me to not enjoy it anymore. And then I decided to focus more on the online business full time. But it failed. First, because I quickly got into debt. But also because I wasn't really doing anything. I was like waking up, watching TV, cruising the internet, cruising, like, scrolling on social media. Like, I wasn't really being productive. Um, and I wasn't taking it seriously. So then, since I got into debt and I ran out of money, all my savings that I had, I got 3 jobs again. And at the time, I was still living with my parents, so I decided to move out because I couldn't stand. I mean, I love my parents. They're wonderful, wonderful people. Um, but I felt like I needed my own space, so I decided to move out, and then also start a, like, real estate business on the side on top of everything, um, with my then roommate and now my husband. And that quickly failed as well because we didn't know how to get capital. And at the time, I don't think I was in the right headspace because I had so many things going on. I was in debt. I was not happy. I had 3 jobs. I was just trying to make ends meet, you know what I mean? And I don't think it was just the right time to do that. And so that failed as well. So then I got a full-time job and really decided to just focus on the full-time job and really focus on getting out of debt, um, and focus on saving money and building myself back up, and um, learning a lot, taking a lot of like courses for self development. And then after that period, um, I started investing, and then I took a leap of faith with my husband, and we started to get houses. And we got our first house in an area that he was saying was going to be really good. So we got that house, and it was actually a really good house, and we stayed there for 2 years. And then this year we decided to get another house, and that is our plan, is to get, well, we will try to get one house every year. I know that may not necessarily happen, but our goal is to get 5 houses uh, in our portfolio. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to basically, we are buying houses and then renting them out to tenants. And so that's what we're doing. And I decided also this year, there was a lot of things that happened this year, and I think it was because back in 2020, like when COVID happened and we had to go into lockdown and quarantine, I think this happened to everybody too. It's like a lot of self reflection, and I literally did nothing that year. I felt like I woke up, did work, you know, like watched Netflix, and then went to sleep and did it all over again for the entire year. And I just felt like I wasn't at all productive, and I felt like I was just draining myself. And so I decided to take a leap of faith this year, quit my full-time job, because I realized that being at that job wasn't my destiny, and it was just a stepping stone to where I wanted to go. And I worked really, really hard and tried to plan as much as possible to, you know, keep going without the full-time job. And right now, you know, you do have your ups and downs. As a full-time entrepreneur, there are going to be days where you're going to feel doubt, you're going to feel uncertainty, you're going to feel fear, and you're going to feel like all those things. But guess what? It's going to be worth it, because now I've talked to not so many people, but I've talked to people, and I've realized that there is a lot of opportunity out there. And now there's like doors opening for me that I never thought would have opened. And, you know, finally just like believing in myself to do it, and just realizing like I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I wanted to do something different. So focusing on real estate, focusing on my online business, and just building all that up. And I'm so happy that you guys are on this journey with me. I will try to post as much as possible my journey, and that's what this channel is all about, is just documenting this journey and you coming along with me. So, you know, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Again, I'm not an expert on anything, but I do have experience, and I have gone through failures, and it's okay to go through those failures because you learn from those. So don't be afraid to try and do something different with your life, especially. All right, so I'm going to be ending this video right here. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. I hope it's the best one yet, and that you are creating those memories with the people that you love around you, and there's a lot of laughter and happiness. And hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the year until 2022. Hope you make these last days count. Love you guys. Mwah. Okay, so I also want to mention that who else is like decked out in Christmas gear, because I have these, what is it here? The Happy Holidays earrings, and then I also have this I Slay All Day like oversized sweater. I got this at Forever 21. I think I got these earrings at Forever 21 too. They were just like in a bundle of earrings that you could get. And then I have this I Slay All Day to match my sweater cup where I'm drinking my coffee. I think I got this at maybe Forever 21 as well. I haven't shopped there in like forever, like since last year or so. And then also have these like socks with these like cute little reindeer, and they're monkey reindeers. So these striped little socks. So yeah, I'm just like I don't know. I just love Christmas. So yeah, let me and then I also have these like nails, and look at this, like two of them already fell off, so I have to like glue them back again. Oh, funny story is, okay, so I was lighting up this candle from Bath and Body Works, and as I lit the third candle, um I pulled out my hand, and I saw a fourth fire, and it was on my finger and on my fingernail, so I had to take it off. And yeah, and that one's kind of damaged, so I can't put it back on. um so yeah, I think I'm just gonna paint the nail red just to like match it up, because it's almost time for Christmas, and I can't believe that I've had these on since like the beginning of December, and I just don't want to take them off yet. I want to take them off, but I don't, because it's almost Christmas, and I want to make sure I have these on for like Christmas pictures and things like that. So I'm like, oh, almost there, you know. Anyways, all right.